Good morning. Today we'll be talking about mental health, understanding the emotional impact of infertility. It's a very, very sensitive subject and one that is really not talked about at all. While it's something that really needs to be spoken about and dealt with. I've had the incredible privilege of being able to announce to the winners that they won a free IVF treatment from the Bridge Clinic. It's been amazing. This is Dr. Pamela. Can I please confirm you attended the special welcome forum edition organized by the Bridge Clinic on the Saturday, the 26th of July 2025 to commemorate their 25th anniversary? Did you attend and were you a participant in the opportunity to get a free IVF treatment from the Bridge Clinic, Victoria Island?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm very pleased to inform you that you are the winners.
Woo!
For this session, you are the winners.
Wow. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. God bless you.
Well, I would like to inform you that you are the winner for Ikeja Bridge Clinic, Lagos. Congratulations, madam.
Thank you very much. I'm so happy.
You and your husband are the winners. You are the winner for the IVF treatment for our Port Harcourt Clinic. Congratulations, madam.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Thank you. I and my husband, we appreciate. Thank you so much.
We are so happy to have this miracle coming our way at this time. Thank you so much.
You are the winner for our Bridge Clinic, Abuja.
Yay.
Congratulations.
Yay, thank you. Jesus.
That has been so exciting. Just listening to them, hearing the joy in their voices. I was also able to ask them a few questions and have them share the experience of what they've been through on their fertility journey with us.
Sometimes I'll feel down. Sometimes I'll pick up courage. I've gotten much support from my husband. At times he will tell me, don't be discouraged. It will happen. He keeps encouraging me over the years.
We go for checkup, fertility checkup, me and my husband. So since then, we've been thinking, how are we going to go about it? You know, even he himself he's just tired because we don't know what else to do. Along the years, I've been hearing about IVF, but tired is a lot of money. I say, God will provide, God will make a way.
Even the last time I left the clinic for the test, inside Marua, I was forced to tell my husband that I want to jump out of this Marua. The next thing he held me, that's why will I think like that? That have I forgotten there is still God?
A lot is going on, but sometimes I'm sad, sometimes I'm not happy. Just thinking about it. Because my husband got browsed your breast clinic, so we went there.
So it'll be back to the program. Morning, Dr. Ogunniran, Dr. Maymunah, Mrs. Abang. It's a pleasure to have all of you with us on the program.
Good morning, Dr. Pamela.
Good morning, Dr. P.
Good morning, Dr.
Good
Pamela.
Good morning. If I can start with you, Dr. Ogunniran, as a specialist in this area, can you just tell us briefly about infertility? When is a person considered infertile? And, just the mechanics of it and how people expect, what is the general expectation when a couple gets married? How quickly do they expect to get pregnant? And what is the reality that we're finding? And when do they actually consider that they have a problem and they need to seek help?
Okay, Dr. Pamela. In our environment, which is becoming worldwide practice now, the expectation is once people get married, within the next month, their parents are already asking what's happening. Where is that baby bump? I had that experience myself when I got married. And the question was, why are you worried? We just got married. Why are you getting worried? But, the expectation is not just on the couple. People around in the church, parents, siblings are asking. And after a while, if they don't miss their period, they're like, okay, maybe it happened just the first period. We're just still getting to know ourselves. By the time it happens the second month, the third month, anxiety sets in and questions start coming up. Now, the concept of infertility, when people try to define it, what basically it means is that inability of a couple to achieve a pregnancy within 12 months of unprotected sexual intercourse. So it means that if within 12 months couples have been trying and they've been having unprotected sexual intercourse, which is regular, and a pregnancy has not happened, then we start talking about infertility. Most of the time, a lot of people are not aware and don't know what is going on. They say, oh, I'm seeing my periods regularly. The man is saying, oh, I know, I feel I'm strong, I feel I'm okay. So a lot of people don't know why that challenge is, but it's important within 12 months that if a couple has not achieved conception, that is the point they need to start seeking help. And by the time they go out and seek fertility specialists to have a discussion, there are different tests that we can do and we can start saying, oh, there is actually a problem. Because a lot of people don't even know there's a problem. And until you identify that there's a problem, you can't go ahead and find a solution. So that expectation is real. It's not just for the couple that have gotten married. The society is also expecting something. The church is also expecting something. Religion, the parents, siblings are already asking questions. So it's a big subject that we need to talk about, especially as it relates to the impact on mental health.
Thank you. I'm very happy to, you've explained it so simply, is what I would say. And I'd just like to turn to Dr. Maymunah now and say, Dr. Maymunah, the reality is that, within a year, as he talked about the pressure. He hasn't talked about the stigma yet. But this pressure, this societal pressure, particularly in Nigeria, is very strong. And the anxiety, as he says, starts setting in from month 3. So I don't know what they've spoken about it as an emotional roller coaster. That the lady sees her period, she's hoping, then the period comes again. So there's up, there's down, there's just so much going on. Can you tell us to explain to us some of the issues around the understanding of that problem?
Thank you very much. That's an excellent question especially because infertility can be emotionally overwhelming and it's natural to feel sadness or grief. That's just it. When in our culture, we are not in global north. In our culture, it's always very pertinent, from the wedding day. In fact, there are songs that will tell you that we are expecting baby, in 9 months' time. There's even a musician that has sung that kind of a song. So there's a lot of expectation when it comes to that. So when the woman doesn't get pregnant, the anxiety gradually sets in, and that sadness, comes in, grief. Anytime she sees her period, is looking as if, why do I have to see my period? This was period that she used to beg God and thank God that she's seen before. But now in marriage, it's like, no, I don't want this period at this time. I want to be pregnant. So there's a difference, when it comes to that, because that normal sadness and emotional reaction, we need to understand that, which is completely different for when it becomes a mental health disorder like the anxiety disorder or the depressive disorder that comes with it. So the thing with that is that with the normal sadness, this person, the pregnancy hasn't come, it comes in waves because it's normal. The circumstances surrounding it. I also need to put it in the context that in our environment, a woman is deemed the infertile one until proven otherwise. It is as if, so even if the man knows before the marriage, he will keep quiet. It will be like it's the woman. And then when it's time to go for the checks and all that, it's the woman that will first go for all it and go through all the barricade of everything. So there's a lot anxiety that sits into place. But we need to quickly delineate it from normal sadness, from an anxiety or depressive disorder. It's normal when it's normal sadness, of course, because she's not, having a pregnancy, she's not, pregnant, she has not missed her period and all that. And sadness, of course, it's something that comes in waves tied to a specific thing or a specific trigger. In this case, pregnancy has resumed. But the truth is that it can become a disorder easily Because if these symptoms that she's experiencing, all this not sleeping, we're not eating well, emotional roller coaster, become persistent for at least minimum of 2 weeks. And it's not just minimum of 2 weeks. It starts affecting our activities of daily living. It starts affecting our interpersonal relationship. It starts affecting our productivity. Then there's a problem with that. And aside from that sadness that is ongoing and persistent for that 2 weeks, other things they need to look out for are other depressive symptoms like, feeling hopeless or emotional numbness, loss of interest in things ordinarily she loves to do, major changes in her sleep or appetite, either she's sleeping too much or she's not sleeping at all. She feels easily fatigued. She feels guilty. She feels shameful. She's just feeling that sense of worthlessness and thoughts of death, self-harm, or feeling suicidal. This is where it's not setting because it progresses. Depression is a spectrum from mild, moderate, and severe. And if it is not depressive disorder, it could be anxiety disorder. And this is where we talk about that constant worry, dread of not easily, she feels dreadful, not eased by reassurance. So no matter how you are reassuring, even if she has a very supportive husband, supportive in-laws, then don't worry, don't bother yourself. Things will go. In fact, people even giving an example. Me, 2 years before I got pregnant, that reassurance, she's not taking it. There's that constant worry. And of course, it then comes with a lot of physical symptoms, racing heart, the palpitation that we talk about, the physical tension, restlessness, sleep disturbances and all that. So the key takeaway at this point is the fact that feeling sad or anxious truly during infertility struggles, they are normal. Because it's a period you are expecting this and you are getting a different result. But when the feelings are not intense, they are not persistent, and they start disrupting daily life, it may even have become a diagnosable mental disorder like anxiety disorder or depressive disorder, then that deserves compassionate professional care.
That is something that, as you speak, we know that it is so important. And I believe that, at the Bridge Clinic, they know about this. Mrs. Abang, Dr. Ogunniran, can you talk about some of the ways you handle this at the Bridge, the normal issues?
I was really feeling very, very in that world when Dr. Maymunah was talking about these things, because these are the things we see every day. We've seen consultations before that the first thing they will say, in fact, the first thing that they will experience, that they'll just start crying in your presence because they are coming from a place of pain, a place of stigma. Some of them will come in alone. And shockingly, Dr. Maymunah, I've seen some people that it's the men that will come in alone. And once the man comes in alone, you already know that he has a challenge. And he feels that shame already. That's why he can't come in with his wife yet. So that place of pain is there, that place of struggle is there already. So he comes in alone and he feels so down, and they can't even look at you in the face. You already know that there is a challenge here. All right. So sometimes you just need to bring that empathy, which is very, very important. And thank God for our very, very wonderful counseling team, Mrs. Abang and Mrs. Umar, bringing up all that we need to do into the counseling, into the care, and into that emotional trust where they can come in and bear their emotions and be able to support them at the Bridge Clinic.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mrs. Abang. If you can tell us a bit about why Bridge Clinic has a counseling service and how important is emotional care at the Bridge Clinic?
Okay, at the Bridge Clinic, we take cognizance of the emotional experiences our clients are having, as enumerated by Dr. Maymunah on these sessions. So we take them in if they are overwhelmed with stress and provide them with emotional therapy for some time before they can engage the treatment. When they take on the treatment, that is, they are being scheduled, issues unburden. First, the shock of having to teach themselves injection taking. They are frightful, they are fearful. So the counselor is there to provide the cushioning effect of care and support for them to be able to go through that period. Also, at every stage of the treatment, is it before the scan or after the scan, they are anxious as to the result. Following that, when it's time for egg collection, they're also anxious. Did they do well? Are they going to get the right eggs to collect? We provide care and support with coping mechanism, relaxation techniques, and most especially, support between the couples and loved ones. And thereafter, at ET, embryo transfer, we are there at following them up to continue what was started initially, to ensure that they are calm, they are ready to receive what they have been prepared for, and they are ever so grateful.
Thank you, Mrs. Abang. It's so important for us to know that there's somebody there caring and taking care of people's emotional needs, because it's really so important. It really distressed me when I heard from the one of the winners that she had actually, that was an attempt at self-harm, that she wanted to throw herself out of a marwa. And if her husband hadn't held her, today we might be, saying a different story. Not talking about a winner, but talking about distress, talking about loss. So I don't know if you can talk to us about that.
Thank you
I
so
don't know
much.
if you can talk to us about that.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Pamela. There's a whole lot that goes on in the mind of someone who is hopeful. There are basic expectations. Marriage, we do know that, yes, primarily is for companionship, but the truth is that we also do understand the fact. Am I being heard?
Yes.
Okay, because I was, I'm just wondering if I was dribbling somewhere else. So should I just start again?
Please start again.
No, go on.
Yes.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, so thank you very much, Dr. Pamela. That is very, when you were expressing yourself regarding one of the winners, talking about wanting to jump off the keke marwa and the husband had to hold that back. We understand primarily in marriage is for companionship, but we also expect to have children for continuity, for legacy, to take care of us when we are old. There's so many other things that comes in. So you can imagine what goes on in the minds of couples when they are dealing with all this. The stigma, the shame, the guilt, the society, we don't even help matters. We are very judgmental and very quick to judge. And so for her, we need to look at it. Was she having some emotional issues before that marriage? Or is it because of these fertility issues, she developed all those emotional issues? Because the thought of wanting to jump out of the keke marwa, it's a suicidal, idea to a thought, a suicidal idea and an attempt, because a case of completed suicide starts with an idea or a thought, then moves to an attempt, then a case of completed suicide. So it has moved from the primary idea. She was not even attempting to harm herself until the husband held her back. So for somebody like her, and we do understand that the psychological impact on a woman and a man during the fertility period, they are different. But for somebody like her, it is very important that she sees a psychiatrist. Let us know if what she's experiencing fits into a proper mental health disorder or she's on the verge. Because definitely, we know that she's already experiencing some things. Was she hearing voices that told her to jump? Was he seeing strange things that made her to feel that way? Is she going through any delusion? That way, we will be able to nip it on board and begin to deal with it intensively. Why? Because any case of attempted suicide, if not managed properly and if not looked into properly, is a high risk factor to completed case of suicide. So it's important that she sees the psychiatrist. Let's have a proper diagnosis. If she fits into, medication we give, but we do know that the primary thing that she needs to have is a cognitive behavioral therapy. It's very fundamental. What cognitive behavioral therapy will help her to do is to reframe those negative thought patterns. Very key. It will help her to, instead of saying I'm a failure because I can't conceive, it will turn it into this will never work or whatever, replacing there with more hopeful thoughts, hopeful statements. instead of saying that she's a failure. Then it also helps to build coping skills. It also helps to reduce the anxiety and depressive symptoms, and of course, enhance relationship functioning. And if she fits into the category where she will need any medication, there's always room for that. But we also have to bear in mind that she's also dealing with fertility issue. So medication we will give as psychiatrists will make sure that they do not further affect the infertility issues that she has, because we have to make sure we give something that will help her to take away those thoughts, function better, see hope at the end of it all, that she's not dying, she's not a failure, and all that. So things like what we call SSRIs, like the antidepressant, anxiety combination kind of medication. But not everybody definitely will take medication. But that cognitive behavioral therapy is very key because of the reframing of those negative thoughts, reducing the anxiety and depressive symptoms.
Well, I must say she actually has it. I think there needs to be full assessment done, because I think she's already happy because she won. And I think the issue was at the end of the day, the joy was overwhelming. She won, and she has an opportunity to go through the therapy and the treatment and have a baby. But it is clear that there are so many women going through so many pressures that some of them will obviously be helped by the emotional counseling, but some people may need a bit more. And I think, fortunately, we have, unfortunately, time is fast spent. I'm just going to give everybody an opportunity to say a few words. But I'd like also to say that there's an opportunity to come and see. I think the Welcome Forum is coming up this Saturday on the 27th of September. But I'll give the opportunity to the Bridge Clinic to speak about that. But for you, Dr. Maymunah, do you have any last words for our listeners?
Yeah, so I want to let any couple out there that is dealing with any issue with infertility to please, both of you, pause for a moment and take a deep breath. What you are feeling right now, the heaviness, the exhaustion, the questions, is not weakness. It's the weight of love, longing, and courage. The journey can be painful, yes, but it does not define you. You are still whole. You are still worthy. You are still a team. Remember, you are not alone in this journey. But have a group of people that will help you, like the Bridge Clinic team. They will be there to help you. I'm a psychiatrist. I help a lot of women with, couples with infertility issues, not just as your doctor, but, as someone who believes in your strength, your love, and your future in whatever beautiful form that it takes.
Thank you so much. So, Dr. Ogunniran, Mrs. Abang, do you want to say a few words about the supports that people going through this challenge will find at the Welcome Forum on Saturday?
Yes,
so
at the Welcome Forum.
Ms. Abang, go ahead.
Okay, at the Welcome Forum, we provide a platform to educate them on the infertility processes. And this enables them to feel self-control about the situation because they are armed with knowledge. And that reduces the stress and anxiety they may be experiencing. So they should come. They will not only be educated, they'll meet the core clinicians that will be attending to them at that forum. The counselors will be there, the specialists, led by, Dr. Ogunniran, the nurses, the key nurses, the embryologists. So they don't have any fear that they are not being planned to care for at that outing. So they should come. Most especially, they will also feel that people out there also experience such problems and they are not alone because they'll see other participants like them going through that forum. Thank you.
Dr. Ogunniran.
I want to use this opportunity also to welcome everyone to the Welcome Forum, which is also a special one that will be coming up on the 27th of September on Saturday. I think it's a special one because we're also going to be the winners of our special edition of our anniversary that we celebrated. And of course, the World IVF Day will be present at all our different locations in Lagos, in Abuja, and in Port Harcourt. I think it will be a time also to talk about the impact of mental health as it affects infertility. Our fertility specialists will be there, our counselors will be there, and also we're hoping to have our mental health physician also that will be there to talk to us and help us see how we can cope better and also be educated about this journey as well. And the knowledge is what gives you that strength. When you get that knowledge and you have that support system, then it's very important to partner within this journey. So I hope to see everyone, and I know it's going to be a very, very special time together.
Can I just ask a question? Do they need to register or anything? Do they need to go to the website? Do they need to do anything, or can they just show up?
The welcome form is free. You can register at www.thebridgescreen.com. If you're not able to register, you can come in as well. We're having this in Ikeja and in Abuja and in Port Harcourt at our different locations. At this welcome form event, we'll be having a special guest. Dr. Maymunah will be joining us, and she's going to be explaining and talking about the impact of mental health on fertility. So a lot of people, you'll be welcome to ask questions. You'll be able to educate us and be able to help us and partner with us on this journey. So we hope to see everyone.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe for new video updates.